Let's cut to the chase. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to stand out in your next Scrum Master job interview. I've interviewed a lot of people throughout the years for the role of a Scrum Master, and it was not an easy task. You see, the Scrum Master role, it's not straightforward. You can't just build a checklist of things that this person needs to do or know in order to be the best candidate for the job. But still, interviewing for the role of a Scrum Master will be very similar to interviewing for another job. But I don't want to waste time in this video giving you general interview tips. We've heard these tips thousands of times. There's tons of information online. In this video, I want to focus on this unique and specific role of a Scrum Master. This video will be from the point of view of an interviewer, what I'm looking for when interviewing people for the role of a Scrum Master, what makes people stand out. The Scrum Guide 2020 describes the role of a Scrum Master and how the Scrum Master should serve the Scrum team, the product owner, and the organization. I highly recommend that you have a look at this section in the Scrum Guide. Understand it, read it, understand it, and memorize it prior to your interview. There's also another very important, crucial section in the Scrum Guide. The Scrum Master is accountable for the Scrum team's effectiveness. They do this by enabling the Scrum team to improve its practices within the Scrum framework. As a general guideline, everything you're answering in this interview, in the interview you're going for, should have this in mind. You're accountable for the effectiveness of a team, and to show the team, guide the team, coach the team, teach the team on how to improve their practices within this Scrum framework. Every answer you're giving should fall into this. Now, a word of caution. I will teach you in this video exactly what you need to do in the interview, what you need to say, what you need to do in the interview to stand out as a Scrum Master. But if a company is not looking for a Scrum Master, I can't do anything for you. There's a lot of companies that say they are looking for Scrum Masters, but they are looking for delivery managers, project managers, or any other role disguised as a Scrum Master. They say in the job ad that they are looking for a Scrum Master, but it's wrong. They are looking for something else. I can't really help you with that. You need to identify these job ads prior to going to the interview. If you want to know how to do that, watch this video. Let's talk about 4 skills that I believe are a must-have for a Scrum Master. I typically write these skills down on a piece of paper and rate the candidate from 1 to 5 during the interview, starting with the first one. Knowledge. And by knowledge, I mean deep understanding of Agile values, Agile principles, the Agile manifesto, the Scrum framework, and everything Agile related, Kanban, extreme programming. And knowledge, by knowledge, I also mean understanding of the domain and technology or technology that the person will be working on in the organization. Obviously, if we pick this candidate, I don't need someone technical, but it helps. I don't need someone in the domain who knows, has deep knowledge in the domain, but it helps. Let's say it's a car manufacturing company and the person I'm interviewing is from Tesla. Obviously, this person will get a few more points in the interview on the score sheet. Number 2, experience. The Scrum Master role is not an entry-level position. It's not. Anyone can read the Scrum Guide, 14 pages, in a few days, memorize it in a few days, but actually implementing it with a team, that's hard to do. That's why the interviewer, me, I will ask situational questions in the interview, give you a scenario and ask you, what would you do in that scenario? I want to know how you think. And for this, to answer these types of questions, you need experience. If you don't have any experience and still want to get hired as a Scrum Master, watch this video right here. Number 3, coaching. The Scrum Master is a servant leader. The Scrum Master doesn't have any authority on people, on the team, on the organization. All their power comes from teaching, guidance, coaching. The candidate should have a deep understanding on how to interact with people, communicate with people, work with people, and how to teach people, how to coach people, how to guide people, how to mentor people so that they can unlock their potential and be more effective. And last, being humble, putting the team first. I like asking candidates what's their greatest achievement as a Scrum Master. If they start telling me, I told the team to do that, or the team was able to accomplish this because of me, or I was able to do that, I don't like these answers. The answer should start with, we did this together. Put the team first. That's the role of a Scrum Master, not have a big ego. No, the role of a Scrum Master is to serve the team first. Now, let's quickly talk about some additional tips that you can use to stand out in your next interview. Starting with the first one, treat the interview like a conversation. That's very underrated. You're not here to answer questions. You're not in a quiz show. This is an interview and it should be a conversation. Most candidates don't do that. They just answer questions. No, you should treat the interview like a conversation, back and forth, like a conversation. For example, if an interviewer asks you, how would you handle defects or bugs in the sprint? As a Scrum Master, you give all the possible options, you give your preferred approach, and then you ask them, do you currently have a problem handling defects or bugs in the sprint? Can you describe the problem? Maybe I can help you with that. You see what I did here? At the end of the day, what are you trying to do? Bring value. You're trying to solve problems. That will be your role when you get the job. So why not start doing it in the interview? Which brings me to my last tip, which I believe also is the most important thing of this video. Be results oriented. Most people don't do that. I see most candidates, 99.9%, they talk in general terms. You ask them for their past experience or how they helped the team previously. They give you some general guidelines, some general results. No, don't do that. Be specific. With data, with actual figures. If possible, bring that. Give actual results. How much did you help the team be more effective? Improve their practices. Do you have data? Come with data. Show them exactly how did you do that. How did you help the team improve the product? Show that. How did the product improve? More customers, more profit to the organization. Show exactly with figures. How did you impact the organization, impact people, impact the team with figures, with data? Results oriented. If you want to push it even further, come with a 30, 60, 90-day plan on exactly what you will do from day one as a Scrum Master for an existing team or a new team, because you won't know prior to the interview if you will be working with a new team or an existing team. So come with 2 versions of this proposed plan. Focus on results. Again, be results oriented also in the plan, which brings me to my next point. If you want more tips, insights on Agile Scrum personal growth, click on the video that stands out the most on the screen right now, and I'll see you in a few seconds.